Post details an elderly, egotistical president shielded from reality by a slavish coterie of loyalists. Never said that word before. So ailing, mendacious, egotistical, and that's from media outlets that spent 4 years smooching Biden's wrinkly ass. They were so far up his butt, I'm surprised they didn't diagnose the cancer.
What unfolded on live TV was nothing short of astonishing. During a late-night comedy segment, Greg Gutfeld, known for his sharp wit and unapologetic critiques, went full throttle on President Joe Biden. With his signature blend of humor and pointed analysis, Gutfeld dissected the president's actions and statements, delivering a performance that left both the audience and viewers at home stunned. His commentary wasn't just funny, it was incisive, combining biting satire with a clear-eyed critique that made the segment impossible to ignore.
His big ad buy comes one day before Robert Hur will testify about his report claiming that Joe is an elderly man with a poor memory. Biden will be taking his angry man shtick on tour and hit 3 swing states this week. Over the weekend, he gave us a preview of what senile moments you can...
Picture this. Armed with his relentless wit and sharp sarcasm, Greg Gutfeld took the stage ready to unleash a full-scale verbal assault. He held nothing back as he scrutinized President Biden's public persona, calling out every well-known misstep, awkward moment, and political gaffe with precision and biting humor. The result was a performance that was equal parts comedic and scathingly insightful, leaving the audience both laughing and flinching at the same time.
It's a train wreck of a fact check. Yes, Reuters invites hilarity by fact-checking obvious parody, telling its readers no such luck. Biden doesn't really chase the ice cream truck. So it's no secret the big guy enjoys his ice cream. That's just one of the reasons why Dr. Jill calls him Mr.
As Gutfeld meticulously dissected each misstep, the audience erupted in laughter, transforming the critique into a comedic spectacle. Every gaffe and awkward moment of Biden's administration became fodder for sharp, humorous commentary, turning what might have been dry political analysis into a vivid, almost theatrical display of satire. The combination of pointed insight and relentless humor painted the administration as akin.
Speak. He's actually lobbying Baskins and Robbins to make a flavor based on little girl shampoo. Although, when Joe says sprinkles, it means call the urologist.
Hey, if you're enjoying this kind of fiery commentary, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It makes sure you never miss a story, keeps this channel running, and honestly, it really makes me happy to have you along for the ride.
Rated Mar-a-Lago with the feds. Now he gets a taste of his own meds. That's good. Yeah. Stop it! You're biting into the time. The White House admits that more classified documents were found, this time at one of Biden's homes in Delaware and in his garage. But it's cool, man, because that garage was totally...
Let's dive right in. Greg Gutfeld hilariously dissected President Biden's onstage blunders, portraying him as the political equivalent of an outdated device. Once reliable, now struggling to keep up. With his trademark blend of wit and sarcasm, Gutfeld zeroed in on Biden's well-known gaffes, from wandering off script during speeches to extending his hand for handshakes that weren't reciprocated, turning each moment into comedic gold while highlighting the challenges of staying polished under the public eye.
The department's appointing a special counsel to review whether Biden mishandled classified info. So how is the White House dealing with this? Come on, just got to trust the process.
This is an ongoing process under the review of the Department of Justice. We're going to respect the process, and we're just going to allow the process to continue. Let the process continue. It's an ongoing process. I am genuinely saying to you, there is an ongoing process. This is all part of the Justice Department process as part of that process. And I said because there was a process of justice throughout this process, we just laid out the process that was taken, and that is the process.
Yeah.
After finishing his speech, Biden began to exit the stage, but for a brief moment, he seemed disoriented, like someone navigating a confusing maze, unsure of which direction to take.
The cold, sweet treat is perfect for cooling down after a long, hot, sweaty day of aimlessly drifting around the White House like a tumbleweed. But now Reuters, which claims to be a news outlet, is getting mocked online for actually fact-checking a clearly edited video of Biden getting distracted by an ice cream truck and walking out.
Without missing a beat, Gutfeld likened the scene to watching an outdated GPS struggle to find its way, yet remain convinced it's headed in the right direction. While some might dismiss these moments as minor slip-ups, Gutfeld framed them as part of a larger pattern, a presidency marked by confusion and lack of coordination. Are these awkward incidents merely coincidences, or do they reveal a deeper issue with Biden's leadership? The humor went beyond mere laughter. It was incisive critique. Turning to speeches, Gutfeld highlighted infamous moments when Biden wandered off topic, like discussing economic recovery, only to drift into a nostalgic story about a Delaware town. Gutfeld compared it to assembling IKEA furniture without instructions, each line a new loose screw, baffling and unpredictable. And the comedy didn't stop there. Gutfeld portrayed Biden's public speeches as if they were improvisational, choose-your-own-adventure films, where even the protagonist seems unsure how the story ends, turning him into a confused storyteller that elicited laughter tinged with disbelief. He then shifted to Biden's press appearances, framing them as if a comedian had scripted them to highlight every blunder. When Biden occasionally paused after a speech with a vacant grin, Gutfeld seized the moment, joking that he appeared to be waiting for a buffering signal, wondering if he would go into screensaver mode or continue speaking.
He's gonna win.
Joe Biden was the ultimate catfish.
Yeah.
We were all online being told, oh, this is a congenial centrist. Yeah, swipe right. I don't know how to do these dating apps.
Yeah.
But anyway, then you find out it's not him at all, but some guy in a bathrobe smoking meth.
Yeah.
God, how many times?
And then there were the handshakes with nothing. These are just a few of the many puzzling Biden habits that Gutfeld highlighted with razor-sharp wit. He portrayed a president seemingly interacting with invisible figures, shaking hands with imagined versions of himself, leaving both the audience and viewers at home utterly baffled.
Alzer and Chancellor Farabee, thank you for joining us as well. And for families across the country, the school year.
That's hilarious. I would say the footage does seem manipulated. There's no way Joe can move that fast. But give him a break, he's got oil.
One of the most striking parts of Gutfeld's critique was his comparison of Biden's official actions to these onstage errors, showing how quickly a formal moment could veer into unintentional comedy. While real business gets done, beneath the polished exterior lies a president seemingly caught in a generational lag. Gutfeld then dissected Biden's speeches on economic strategy and policy, which at times felt like deja vu episodes, complete with sudden pauses that derail mid-sentence, discussing inflation one moment, wandering into a nostalgic story about maize the next. Biden's trademark attempts at empathy were another target, as Gutfeld mocked the exaggerated eye contact, nods, and squints that aim to convey understanding but often land like performance art, unintentionally humorous rather than reassuring. He also highlighted the contrast between Biden's storytelling of blue-collar encounters or visits to restaurants and his extravagant fundraising activities, pointing out the disconnect between polished rhetoric and the reality of the issues he claims to champion. Gutfeld further poked fun at Biden's economic optimism, noting that while the president touts strengthening the economy, everyday groceries seem to tell a different story, making his plans feel increasingly detached from the experiences of average Americans.
The Biden cover-up was by design, orchestrated to protect not the president, but to enable a radical agenda. Anyone could tell Joe was feeble. But what if Biden's decline wasn't caused by disability, but by debility, meaning he was purposely kept exhausted, confused, and miserable, like an overnight shift worker or a Fox and Friends viewer?
As viewers watched the metaphorical scarves drop, it was like observing a magician convinced his trick was flawless, except the audience clearly saw through it. Even Biden's most serious topics, from foreign diplomacy to border control, were fair game for Gutfeld's comedic lens. He likened the president's approach to important speeches to that of a substitute teacher who misplaced the lesson plan, a sharp, amusing critique that highlighted moments of apparent confusion or inaction which only become more striking as global events unfold. Gutfeld wrapped up with a pointed reminder that these onstage blunders are more than just fodder for laughter. They raise questions about public perception and leadership effectiveness. His roast was both entertaining and thought-provoking, urging viewers to consider the broader implications of a series of repeated errors. There's a lot to unpack here, so I'd love to hear your thoughts. Did Gutfeld miss key aspects of Biden's administration, or did he hit the nail on the head? Share your opinions in the comments and let's discuss.